We begin today's Sunrise Smart Start with some breaking news overnight. A 17-year-old boy is in the hospital after he was shot on Kosciuszko Street.
Officers responded to the call around 9:30 p.m. where they found that wounded teen. As of the latest update from the hospital, he's listed in critical condition. He is expected to live. No suspects are in custody and no arrests have been announced. If you got any information that can help with that shooting investigation, please call 911.
New this morning, 2 men have been arrested following a fight and gunfire. Just after 5 yesterday evening on Adams Street near Van Auker Street, officers got that call for a man with a gun. And when they arrived on the scene, they witnessed a large fight, heard at least 1 gunshot, which sent people running from the scene. RPD says luckily no one was hurt here, and they have arrested a 41-year-old man for allegedly fleeing police and possessing a loaded gun. A 21-year-old man was also arrested on charges related to the fight.
Another story new this morning. A man and his wife arrested in Ontario County as deputies say the man was driving drunk and nearly hit a police car head-on. The suspects identified as 59-year-old Matthew Johnson and 51-year-old Elaine Kramer, both taken into custody when this happened yesterday afternoon in Manchester. They say Johnson also resisted arrest. He was taken to the county jail where he was arraigned. Kramer got an appearance ticket and was released to a third party pending their future court appearances.
Continuing coverage, passengers stuck on an Amtrak train for nearly 11 hours here in Rochester. One of those 80 disgruntled customers speaks to News 8. The train stopped just before 2:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon, right around the time that a line of storms moved through our area. Matthew Andrews says during this time, the only official communication from Amtrak was through texts. But he and his wife say the messages they got contradicted each other. Andrews says after 8 hours of no movement, the train backed up from Rochester Station to the Fairport Station for about an hour and a half, where the crew said they would try rerouting in order to get moving. That did not happen, though. They only ended up back at the Rochester Station, where they then waited for another hour and had to get off the train ultimately. Andrews says while he has always loved train travel and Amtrak, this very well may be his last trip.
Situations like this, somebody at the middle should be directing what the options are and knowing that potentially a 2-hour event can become an 11-hour event, and maybe even allow the ground crew, okay, just take all the food and feed everybody. Because they would pass out water and crackers, pretzels, and that only takes you so far. It doesn't work after 11 hours when everybody's hungry and starving.
Amtrak posted on its website trains operating between Syracuse and Niagara Falls did experience those delays. Amtrak directed us to the CSX Corporation, which owns the rail line, for more information on Rochester's stuck Amtrak train. We are still waiting for that response. We're working to learn more about this 14-year-old girl injured Monday afternoon in Irondequoit after an incident near St. Paul Boulevard and Ontario View Street. Police say she did receive a minor injury, very minor, but they did set up this area around the home. Officers searching the streets for a suspect. But Chief Scott Peters told News 8 he couldn't confirm any further details because of the ongoing investigation. We do expect to hear more in the coming hours, so stay with News 8 for updates.
We can tell you today the State Department of Corrections is rolling out some updated visitation times at some state prisons. All this comes a little more than a week after the announced end of the CO strikes around the state. Those created chaos throughout the prison system for nearly a month. The response also caused visits to be put on hold for the time being, with state agencies pointing to the safety of visitors, current staff, and inmates as correction officers were protesting. As of yesterday, there are 30 state prisons now allowing visitors again. 9 other facilities will have visits restarting within the next 1 to 2 weeks. Let's talk real estate. The housing market in Rochester is still red hot, but with interest rates still high, people might not be willing at this point to let go of their hard-earned money.
But there are always changes in the market, which is why we find Ron Spitzer out live speaking to a real estate expert about just how much things will shift. Ron.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with Mark Seawick, the owner-broker at Elysian Homes, and he tells me that the economy is showing signs of a slowdown, which could mean that mortgage rates decrease. Now, mortgage rates have already dropped over 0.5 percentage point in the last couple of months. This is great news for buyers looking for a home, but according to Seawick, the market in our region is tough right now. Homes in Rochester are selling in just 13 days, which is the fastest in the country. Not only that, nearly 65% of homes homes are selling above asking price. So even if 30-year mortgage rates go down over the next few months, CWIC says there's still a downside for home buyers.
There's nothing for people to purchase. You go back to January of 2018, and there were 1,350 single-family homes on the market for sale in Monroe County. January of this year, there were 334. We're short 1,000 single-family homes in this community.
Now, CWIC says that part of the issue with supply is that people don't want to get rid of those locked-in rates that are at 3.5%, let's say, and take on a 6.7% interest rate. So they're holding on to those homes, but as families shift, for example, if your kids went off to college and you need to downsize, you may need to buy a new home. For now, reporting, Oran Spitzer, News 8.
Oran, thanks. Before our final forecast, final check of sunrise traffic here this hour and a view from our Greater Rock Sky. I-490 is okay. We do have some work happening within the last 20 minutes or so, working to fill some potholes, fixing issues with left lane closures 390 between the split with 590 and Scottsville Road. Just got to move over temporarily as they get all that done. Saw them yesterday on 104, and it's a nice little morning to get out there and take care of some work.
Yeah, that's
definitely
right. Layers are probably a good idea if you're working outside today. So you'll be shedding those layers as you get throughout the day. Gorgeous blue skies to clear will help us change these numbers. We're in the 20s across the board, maybe a little icy out there. Who knows this morning? But we push them up in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s by late today. Nice sunset, and then temperatures hold. It's going to be much more comfortable tomorrow at this time when we start off around 50, and we get rewarded by a nice afternoon low. Maybe even some spots mid-70s for you Wednesday before the rain coming in for your start of spring. How fitting there that we get the showers and cooler air by Friday.
Yeah, that Friday stands out. 39, wow, compared to the rest,
But well, hey, the showers mean we'll see those flowers soon enough.
Hopefully.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's. I think you got the little white ones that are popping out.
Yeah, I've seen those over my in-laws' house.
Cute.
Yeah, that does it for us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here at 7:25.
Your next update is in 30 minutes. Stay tuned. But for now, tune in for CBS Mornings and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.